So today is April 20, no, that's wrong, April 15th, 2023. And we're at Hollyhock's Bird Preserve in Selkirk, New York. And this is the Dutchman's Breeches. This is a native flower. And it's one of the most bizarre looking things. Like, just look at this. They're definitely a spring ephemeral. This will start to rot very soon. Like, they don't bloom long at all. They bloom very not long at all. But they're one of the coolest flowers out here. You can see he's getting pollinated by like a little like, I don't know, like bug or something. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The leaf structure is pretty cool too. Looks a little bit like carrot or yarrow. I don't think they're related though. Something like that. But this one is trout lily. And this is a really nice plant. So the reason it's called trout lily is I'll show you in a second. If you look at the leaf structure, it has a pattern on it that looks very much like a trout. And those patterns, I think they're called striation, also extends the redness of it onto the flower itself, which is very bizarre. So yeah, this is trout lily. And they bloom in little clusters. I'm probably crushing a few right now, but I'm not too far off the trail, so it's not a huge deal. You can see there's like a little patch of them right here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's at least 10 of them. So that's pretty sweet. And we're like pretty close to the river. They definitely seem to like more like moist environments. They're also a native. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, trout lily. Let's see if I can get like under it. A shot. I gotta get like a lens extender thing. So I could like a view extender. So that way I could like see what I'm looking at. It's April 15th, 2023, and we have Hepatica here, also known as Anemone americanus. I think that's it, something like that. But it's Hepatica. Wow, I like their pollen structure things. So there's forsythia blooming. That's what this bush is. It's called the forsythia bush. You'll see these everywhere. Everyone loves these, puts them in their yard and stuff. And then I forget if this is a magnolia or a dogwood, but I'll put it on the screen. Because I don't really like no trees. But this is like the big pink one. I love these flowers. There's just so much petals, you know? Like, it's crazy. Like, it's the same thing that all these little flowers down here are doing. But it's a tree that's doing it. And I just think that's the greatest. We'll go see these ones at the cemetery in like a day or two. They'll be blooming too. And then there's some daffodils. Alright, we'll do the pond loop and then back to the tires. All the Vinca. If I was a turtle, I'd literally be doing the exact same thing. Chilling. Absolutely. This is what I do as a human. I just do this all day. But if I was a turtle, I would be that one right on the edge there with his neck up. Be like, give me more sun. Oh my goodness. I love the sun. Oh, there's two that are right here. I'll go see if there's any like frogs or salamanders or anything like that. Oh, well, there was a frog. Yeah. Yeah, they all get spooked. I used to harass them as like a little kid. I would catch them all the time in nets and stuff. here we have our first lithophyte of the day, so it grows on rocks only. And this one is Arabidopsis lyrata. I think I'm saying that right, maybe Arabidopsis, I don't know, it's from Arabia, I'm assuming. So however that is pronounced. But you can tell because it's got like 4 petals, like very distinctively 4 petals. And then you can also tell because it's like got a thin, first of all it's on a rock, that's the big giveaway, but it's got a thin stem and yeah, 4 petals, so that's lyrata. Kind of a cool one. Not the coolest, but one of them. Yeah, they're literally everywhere. I'm like afraid to step on them. They're everywhere. Look at them. It's so beautiful. This one's doing more like a pink thing. Kind of more like a spring beauty would do. That's kind of cool. I'm pretty darn certain that this one here, based on the leaf structure, is called rue anemone. And this will be everywhere here in like a week or two. But then over here we have more of the hepatica. And then over here we also have more of the hepatica, or more of the rue. And then this one's more of the hepatica. So they're close together, but they're 2 different species. Onward down the trail. This trail leads to like a farm, but you can't go on it. And there's nothing interesting to really see. I was out with my friend. This is the bloodroot. I just dug up some of the root because it had already finished blooming. So now you know that what I mean by bloodroot. So I was out with my friend and we were in like the middle of nowhere. And for whatever reason, like there was like a farmer's market thing going on. And that's what they were there for. And I was helping them vend stuff. But then they had to go home and they were tired and they just like didn't want to be there. But I wanted to stay because they had started playing the only genre of music that I really like dancing to, which is psychedelic trance music. Which, like, let me tell you, not a lot of people, at least around here, even first of all, know about that. So I was like so hype. I was like, holy fuck, like let me dance. So we stayed a full extra hour, which was good for me. But I wanted to stay all night. So then we just like went home. So I was bugging my friend for like half a year, like more than half a year, like, yo, who put that show together? And eventually they like finally got me this dude's Instagram account. So I started hitting him up. I'm like, bro, that was literally so lit. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, you brought a stage to the middle of nowhere. Where did you even get power from? And he's like, oh yeah, we ran like an extension cord for like over a mile. I'm like, that's literally insane, dude. Like, that's the fucking craziest thing I've ever heard. So I started talking to him, and then like I don't know, we didn't really become like friends because he was a weirdo. Like, not in like a bad way, he just like, we didn't really click. But then he was throwing like another show like a year and a half later. Like, it had been a long time. And because it had been like a half a year before I even knew him. And then like a year after that, after knowing him, he threw another show with his friend. And then they had like 2 other DJs. And so one DJ had the lights go out, which I really, really appreciated because I was having like basically a nervous breakdown and was not doing well with the flashing LED lights, which they had set up, which were not in any way coordinated to the music. It was just random flashing because they were not set up properly. You know, it's better than nothing if you like that stuff, but I hated that stuff. So I was there also with the person who DJs for the goth community. And so I was trying to introduce them to the DJ who had done the Blackout event, like the Blackout songs. Whoa, what are those? Oh, it's more hepatica. These ones are just extra purple today for like whatever reason. Pretty cute. Oh my gosh, mullein. Aww. That's the softest plant in New York, actually. Oh my gosh. Okay, you should actually come over here because I'll show you another flower. This is another lithophyte. This is the early saxifrage I was talking about. This is a really beautiful specimen of it too. It's got a lot of like pollen left in it. It's got like little hairs on it to keep the beetles from crawling up it, so that they don't over pollinate it, because the beetles, they can't disperse the pollen far enough for it to be an effective means. Dang, there's so many flowers. There's lyrata out here, more hepatica. This is good stuff. So finally, I get the goth DJ to talk to the other chick. Her name's Kate, and she goes by Katrid, which I asked her. This is the first thing I ever said to her. I was like, "Is your DJ name a cross between the name Kate and hatred?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm Kate." I'm like, "That's the greatest thing I've ever fucking heard. Thank God, that's fantastic." So another half a year, more than half a year goes by, like 8 months go by. And then it may have even been longer. That may have been like straight up just like COVID happened after that, actually. So like years pass, like another year passes. And finally, I actually was able to coordinate that same DJ to come and DJ for our goth event, which ended up being kind of shitty because it was on the night where it snowed a lot and like nobody showed up. It was the worst snowstorm we had all year. And that was this year. So, but in the process of that, I found out that Kate is also really into mushrooms and nature. So we just started hanging out. So it's been very interesting to go on like walks with her. Cause like I'm used to just like babbling about flowers and stuff like that to whoever I'm with. But like when I'm with her, she also has ADHD and probably undiagnosed autism. So we both just babble at each other about random stuff. But then she knows all the mushrooms and I know all the flowers. She also knows most of the flowers. So it's been good. So this year, when mushroom season comes, I'm going to be putting a lot of my mental effort into actually learning the mushrooms. Because right now I only know all the flowers. And there's a bunch of them. I'm amazed at how much hepatica is here. I don't remember this from last year at all. Here's a much better example of the rue anemone. And this is a nice little patch of it. So this is not hepatica, this is the rue anemone. And it is in full bloom today. Oh, you have water with you. Where have you been holding it?
I told you that.
No, I know, but like I thought you meant like in the car, because all my friends always say they have it and then they don't. Where are you holding it? Oh my goodness. I gotta get one of those. That's actually like a good plan. I've never seen that. Yeah, I heard you say you had it. I just didn't see it, so I just assumed they like... You were like, oh yeah, I got some in my car or something. Oh, it's one of these things. Oh, cool. Oh, that's so satisfying. Oh my goodness. Wow. I don't know. It's just one of these things. Whoa. What a mess. Do you want to walk out on those rocks? Yeah. It's my favorite thing. I think literally more than anything in the world, this exact spot taught me how to be like nimble on my feet. Because I used to like run and jump from rock to rock as a kid. I still have some of the patterns memorized. A lot of it has changed over the years from the floods. But some of the bigger rocks are still there. Okay, we'll go out. Ah! We'll go out this way. I wonder if columbine will be blooming this time of year. It's probably too early for columbine, actually. Oh yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's speaking of. So this is red columbine, and we'll come back here in May, and I'm almost positive that's red columbine anyway. But that's the most beautiful flower that I've ever seen. Sanguinaria canadensis. I love saying that. This is the bloodroot. And this is like the nicest specimen I've ever seen. There's so many of them. And the leaf structure is really prominent. So that's the one that we had dug up with the red. But yeah, it's just like a nice specimen of it. Probably scoot down this. Here. Is that W on your hat?
It looks like it, doesn't it?
It does. Psychedelic W hat. Cool ecosystem, huh? I like all these like little tracks. Like mostly there's dog, but there's also some deer, and it looks like maybe a raccoon was back there too. So this, if you, I'm not even sure if there's even sound, but if there is, this is coltsfoot, and it's going to seed. There's also a bunch of like little minnows I want to try to film in there, which is why I was walking over there. But then I almost spooked this bro. He's chilling. Looks like they laid some eggs maybe. If I was a fish, I would definitely be under there. It's like the coziest place. Oh yeah. This is the best shot of a frog I've ever gotten. One of the other things I'm going to start doing is narrating, like with my external microphone, so that I have a good sound quality, as opposed to just like a bunch of scattered clips where I'm just babbling like this, which is what it was last year. So that way I can remove all the babbling and then put like, I don't know, like commentary about the frog that I just like look up on Wikipedia or something. I went and I crawled all the way out. Well, actually I walked and jumped in. But there's a, oh, he's gone. Oh, never mind. He was in there, but he must have fallen. He was in that little nook. He was a centipede before, but he's gone now. I'll give him back his house though. It's like a bunch of other people here. They're left. There's no centipede. I'm so sad. I know. Oh. Well, I'm pretty sure that this is red columbine, and so this is what it looks like before it is finished blooming and growing. So this is like the beginning stage where it's budding. So I just wanted to film it now before it happens later. I don't want to misspeak, but I think it's a kidney leaf buttercup, or like tooth cut or something like that. I mean, not tooth cut, or whatever it's called, tooth leaf or something. But definitely it's buttercup of some variety. Yeah, there's not much to say other than that. It won't focus. Yeah, it's kind of a boring plant. But that is what it is, and it's blooming today. So I figured I'd film it. All right, we're back to the car. Thanks everyone for joining. We'll be back again probably tomorrow. Goodbye.